well, a couple of answers to that. And first of all is that clearly, no certification ever proved that somebody was a good project manager. And clearly there are people who manage projects very well and they've never done a certification. And also people have done a certification and can manage a project badly. That's absolutely the case. But what it does do, it shows that there is a certain level of knowledge. And the way I look at it, if you go to the doctor, yes, you want an experienced doctor, but you also want to know that the doctor's been through medical school. And so, the way I look at this is that, it's giving you a degree of confidence that the project manager, has shown that they can dominate a body of professional knowledge. One of the things I remember, when we did one of the very first trainings and certification processes, it was one of the pilots actually. One of the people in Zambia said to me, he said, I've done many, many trainings, and normally what happens is I go on a training and I get given tools that help somebody else write a report. And now I've got tools that help me do my job. And when I heard that, I thought, yes, this is making a difference. And another person said something that I thought was really wise. He said, look, I'm an experienced project manager. This person was in Uganda, and I've managed many projects, and I'm good at it. But now I've seen these tools and these techniques. Now I've got a much better understanding about why some of my projects worked and why some of them maybe didn't work so well. I thought that was another very interesting way of looking at it. And one lady who was working in Guatemala, she actually wrote once she'd passed her exam and she'd been through the course, saying that she was starting to apply the tools and techniques, and it was just revolutionizing her project. She'd been really nervous. She'd been given quite an important, quite a high-profile project, and she'd been a little bit lost, or a bit struggling a little bit. And she said, no, this has given it a structure, it's given it a purpose, we know what we're doing now, which is great. And then one story that I really like is there's a small organization, again in Guatemala, and it's they're an indigenous women's organization, and they really struggled with certification for the first time. And actually, they failed the certification, but what they did, they took the learning and bit by bit applied it to their projects. They said, they said this is like our Bible now, and they took the tools that were useful and they started using them. They learned more. They were able to show that they'd structured their work in such a way that they actually now get funding directly from a US foundation without going via an international NGO, which I think is incredibly successful. And then what was really nice was last year they wrote to say, oh, we prepared ourselves again, and we've got through the certification as well, which is just I think it's a lovely story to show that this can make a big difference, and it's not just for big organisations with big budgets who say we're going to train 100, 200 people. No, this is a small organisation. This is a small organisation that we're able to engage and train a few of its people, but actually the organisation was behind them and really wanted to change. And it just shows that if there is that will, then with PMD Pro, the tools, the techniques are there to help, and that's what's making a difference, for the project staff in the field, but much more importantly, for the beneficiaries. So I hope some of these stories just help show the differences this can make both to individuals and to organizations. Thank you.